Good morning. That's also important. each and every session.
Für jede Sitzung immer wieder.
Yeah. Why I say good morning is not it's a mouth edict. Say good morning, good afternoon. But everything starts from the good point. So taking refuge, the generate bodhicitta, and I really want to become a good practitioner. So that will be beneficial for all sentient beings and myself, and I will fulfill the wishes of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So we do Dhamma practice from the good point. So therefore, good morning. Okay, and then I would like to remind you that bodhicitta is very important because we consider ourselves as a Mahayana practitioner. And then what makes Maha, what makes greater, it's something to do with the generating the bodhicitta. The bodhicitta is the mind of enlightenment that generating the compassion, loving kindness, and because of the loving kindness and the compassion, we are able to benefit all sentient beings through the practice of the Kadamba teachings, and eventually, we can bring them means all sentient beings to the omniscient state of Buddhahood. So therefore, the practice is not for myself, it's rather for all other sentient beings. So that kind of the bodhicitta, genuine bodhicitta, they need to be cultivated to make it the useful of our practice or the meaningful of our practice. Okay, now we are continuing from the the teaching of the Kadamba, the Atisha, Garland Rinpoche, I read again from the beginning because maybe some of you, maybe they are new who participate today. So I read the root verses. 자갈게도 bodhisattva mani awale 되게도 창조sem을 넘고청아 투지sem보다 차차고 라만나마 차차고 대변하마 차차고 대송 탐지 방자신 룰라네 된 예수자 미무 레로라 방신 다도 준준배벌자 전당 시신 바유배 원배고는 분도송 인민생 교수 양다양 선지규가 따벌차. All these teachings, entire teachings of this, or entire teachings of the Kadamba, of course generally from all the teachings from the Theravada, Mahayana, and the Vajrayana, all teachings for guarding our mind, how to guard. Of course there are steps, but for the beginners, our most important practice is how to guard our mind. Because if you do not guard our mind, then the distraction comes. So distraction is the one who causes all this unwanted suffering and the pains. And nobody causes these painful situations, the miserable situations. These are all caused by myself. Because too much overwhelmed, our mental attitude. Therefore, teachings like Kadamba, teachings like Bodhisattva Vajrayana, Avatara, by Shantideva, all are based on how to guard our mind. And if we are able to guard our mind, then I'm quite sure we don't need a human teacher besides you. And a human teacher cannot do much with you. Okay, give you a few words. When you do some negative action, say that, hey, don't do this. That's it. but he can't read much about our mind. Therefore, the Buddha says in the Hey Vajra, you are your own master if you do good things. And he says, you are your own enemy if you do wrong things. There is no other human enemy besides you who harms you. There's no so-called human teacher beside you who lead you to Buddhahood. All responsibility is upon myself. Therefore, I need to guard my mind. I need to reform my mental attitude. And I need to correct my mental attitude. My prime responsibility or the job is to correct myself, not correct others. It's not the time yet for you to correct others. This is the time for me to correct each and every attitude that I do have. So, therefore, Buddha says, you are your own master, you are your own enemy. So, the choice is upon us. So the entire teaching this for the purpose of how to reform, how to reshape, and how to guard my mind and mental attitude. But this is very interesting teaching. Dāgi nyepa dāgca sing, Sangye Nyenpa Rinpoche, Dāgi yunten bāca sing, Sangye yunten dakparcha. This is the practice like exchanging, almost like exchanging. So here it says, Dāgi nyepa da. I should proclaim or announce publicly my false attitude, my mistake. If you hide it, then obscure your mind. There is no space to be developed or to bring, to reveal all these qualities, noble qualities. So therefore, to confess all my mistakes that have accumulated by my body, speech, and mind, to confess it in front of Buddha and the Bodhisattvas, and to confess to the public, announce publicly, proclaimed my negativities and my false attitude, my negative attitude, my negative mental attitude, I confess and announce publicly, then this helps me to purify or at least to subdue the power of these negativities. So therefore, in the practice, like in the Vinaya, as well as in the Mahayana, in the Vajrayana, every practice has this confession. So confession in the sense of like that realizing that such attitude is not good, because this disturbs my practice, and this disturbs me for further development of my practice. Therefore, without confessing my negativities, my wrongdoing, my misdeeds, then there is no way to cultivate those noble qualities. Although noble qualities are existed within us always, but to reveal, to discover these noble qualities, one needs to be done to confess all our wrongdoings. And once you confess, then no longer these misdeeds are staying with us. Then we practice like guarding our faculties and our minds. Then the chances to you to engage negativities are very slim because of guarding you. Because if you lost guarding your mind, then you keep accumulating negativities. There's no point to keep confessing, but keep accumulating negativities. So applying this so-called mindfulness and alertness, the same time you confess negativities, that helps us to reduce getting less and less accumulating negativities. So the next is to guard our mind. Make sure that I don't accumulate negativities. And there was a story I ever heard, like maybe Geshe Ben. He was alone at one of the houses there. Maybe somebody invited him for puja. Then maybe he was hungry, and probably they didn't really provide a good food for him. And poor this lama, maybe too hungry. So he saw a bag of tsampa. So he walked towards the tsampa and opened the bag, and his hand goes into the tsampa. Then at the same time he thought, oh, this is a thief. I'm stealing the tsampa. Then he loudly shouted, he said, oh, there is a thief, there is a thief. Then, and the house owner came, where is the thief? Here, thief. I think this match to this practice. So this shows like someone like this kind of a great master, I think demonstrate us how to announce publicly my wrongdoings. But if I were here, I would not do that. I would really eat the tsampa. Then walk outside. Then maybe I tell, oh, someone's stolen your tsampa. Yeah, I do not dare to say that he is a thief. But he's really brave. Yes. So you can sense and you can see when we talk about practice. So this is really practice. This is really practice. And also same time, he really clearly demonstrates us and what is practice. What does it mean announce publicly my wrongdoings? No? So this way we can confess our wrongdoings. The best method. Then next is Sangye Nyenpa Rinpoche. Now, this tells us don't search others' wrongdoing and mistakes. Sometimes we are too busy and a too busybody. Search others' fault and mistake, but hide my own mistakes. So this shows what am I supposed to do? I should search my own wrongdoing and mistake rather than searching others. Now, and the 7th point of my training, Lojong Tendinma, by Chachekawa, Ishidoji also mentioned that repeatedly, don't search others' mistake. Look at your own mistake like a mirror. When you look at the mirror, then you can see all the mistakes, the things that you have in the face, so you can see in the mirror. So likewise, by applying the mindfulness and alertness, and you should always examine and search your own mistake and faults, not others. And no point to search others' faults and mistakes, because I'm quite sure that you are not searching others' faults and mistakes by compassion and loving kindness at all. And you are rather searching others' mistake by jealous or hatred or anger, sort of these so-called powerful negative mental attitude. Then you keep searching others' fault. Then you accuse others, you blame others, you sue others. All these things based on you are doing all these, the afflictive emotion, this powerful negative emotion. So instead of that doing, you should search your mistakes and your wrongdoings. As Shantideva says in the Bodhisattva Avatara, you should not be so angry at others, but rather you should be angry at yourself. So how come I'm so full and I'm so foolish? How come I never wake up? And you have to be so jealous with your ego. You have to be so jealous with your afflictive emotion. And you have to destroy your ego. The enemy is the ego. You have to compete with your ego, not others. So that sort of a profound teaching is existed in the Bodhisattva Avatara. So same case to here, the searching others' mistake does not make any sense. Instead of that, searching your mistake, your negative mental attitude. If you keep searching, keep look after this, keep taking care of this, would be very much beneficial for you to reduce the chances accumulating negativity. This means hide or conceal my qualities. Because if you are not so careful with your qualities, then instead of the benefit by this quality, there are some unexpected negativities may occur, because the practice may mislead you because you are so proud. The pride is not good. You might think that, oh, I'm very good meditator. Nobody can compete me. I'm the best meditator. Or you might say, I'm the best philosopher. Or maybe I'm the best teacher. Or I'm the best practitioner. Instead of helping, instead of suppress or subdue your ego, but the practice, the wrong practice, then to develop your ego. So this is quite dangerous. Not quite, very dangerous. So therefore, why Kadampa here, it says, Ba means high, or rather keep low profile, your qualities, but during practice, much high speed. But keep your attitude low profile. No need to do show off, say that I'm meditator, not like that. Keep low profile, but do your practice the high speed. That's in the 7-point mind training, it also says like that. In Bodhisattva Avatara, Shantideva has given 2 different types of pride. One that is the pride of the negative, which we need to be eliminate. Other one is the virtue pride, the positive pride. That we need to be adopted. What does it mean? The positive pride is that, oh, I can finish my negative pride. Okay? So that pride need to be adopted. Yes, that pride is need to be adopted, Shantideva says. The negative pride is that, oh, I'm the best meditator, and you are lower, I'm higher, and I'm the best, nobody can compete. Like that kind of is called the negative pride, which leads to the samsara. But in order to finish that negative pride, one need to apply the positive pride. If you do not have, or if you do not apply this positive pride, and one cannot have a power to destroy this negative pride or to subdue the power of negative pride. So he has given 2 different the aspect of the pride. Sangye Nyenpa Rinpoche. Now we need to proclaim or announce publicly the qualities of others. Means, which is true, all our practices, Dhamma practices, if you do see any development in your practice, or if you do see any noble qualities in your practice, are all come from others, which is very true. And without all sentient beings, there is no way to be develop your practice at all. Given like a practice of generosity, we need to rely on others. Practice of patience, need to rely on the others. Bodhicitta, compassion, loving kindness, wisdom, concentrative meditation, all kinds of practices, Dhamma practices, all kinds of noble qualities, all benefit from the practices are all come from others. Without the sentient beings, there is no way to be practiced at all. Therefore, if you do feel any experiences of benefit in your practice are all come from others. You must know this. Therefore, no way to be proud anyway. What did you do? Without them, what can you do? So therefore, you should respect others. You should cherish others. You should appreciate others. Because of them, I have a chances to be practiced. I have a chances to develop these noble qualities. Therefore, the qualities of others, we must appreciate. Sangye Nyenpa Rinpoche. So this does not mean simply say that, oh, you are so nice. Not like that. You have to do something in your practice from the heart. You have to appreciate others. And the Shantideva says, our best spiritual master is the enemy. So sounds quite sour, but practically speaking, it is very true, very true. Because of the enemy, so you have a lot of chances to practice. So therefore, we appreciate enemy. So in this perspective, in the practice, there is no partiality. So that you are stranger, you are my fans, relatives, you are my enemy. So there are three partialities if you do that. But in the bodhisattva, for the case of the bodhisattvas, there is no partiality because all are equal. The relatives also object of your practice, and the strangers also object of your practice, and the enemies is the best object of your practice. So the Milarepa says, the enemy is my great master, and ghost is the best master. So we invite, very happy you came here, and please come tomorrow. I will provide you delicious food, and we do further Dhamma discussion. Need to be done. Instead of you stare at him or at her, yeah, the hate this, you say, this is my enemy, this is not good, and then you blame on him, try to blame all kinds of things. Yeah? I used to say that even when you see the shoes of your enemy outside there, oh, he's there, you know. Lost control. That's quite scary. So, yeah, so it's quite difficult to do practice this kind of, but these masters done. So he shared us his experience. So we need to be followed if you want to do practices. Therefore, I think as we are practitioner, Dhamma practitioner, and the important practice is examining our mental attitude. Intellectual understanding is only intellectual understanding is not enough, is not sufficient at all. And we know many things of Dhamma. Oh, we're supposed not to do this, we're supposed to do that, we're supposed to engage this, not supposed to. All these things we know. A reach of knowledge does not work with your emotion at all. So now we have to work to deal with these emotions, to overcome this problem, need experiential understanding. Need to experience, to realize it, to actualize it. Actualizing means, and we do really bring that into the heart, not simply live in your understanding, intellectual understanding. So therefore, each and every these the profound instructions, we know and we understand what does it mean, what they mean, but lack of applying it. So when unexpected factor comes to you, like some very difficult situation comes to you, so this is a great test for you, not for you only, for me also, for all of us, for all of us. So it's a very great test. We need to test and see how does it really work. Am I really doing the practice? So that's sort of the urgent, the practice really need to be applied. Nyedam kuti pangcha sing, kera tatu pangcha. Profit, gaining, honor, respect. We all look for this, right? So when people respect me, oh, I'm so proud. they are respecting me. So I'm well polishing my ego. And somebody really gives me kind of like offerings, then I think, oh yes, I'm someone very special. So another polishing my ego. So therefore, for the Kadamba masters, the prime enemy or prime criminal is the profit, gaining, honor, the respect. All these are the prime enemy to the practitioner. Therefore, Milarepa run away. Now, does not mean that he is not effort to gain all this profit and honor and respect, but he gets all this, but he sees these are ghosts, these are devil, these are the enemy. So no longer he wanted, so therefore he ran away, right? Because he experienced these are the cause of further pain and suffering. These are the ones who drawn us in the samsara. So for the practitioners, these are the obstacles. These are the great hindrance. So therefore, here says, pang means abandoned, or give up, right away give up these profit, honor, respect, etc. Therefore, long time back, those great masters in the solitude retreat, and they try to keep distance from like this kind of the situation. So if somebody found he or she is there, then more and more people come. Of course, he still perform the teachings, but then if they provide so much food and the cloth, then he give up this place and run away. Yes. So because he feels, oh, now ego is getting more and more chance. So my ego will arise more and more. Because the time for him, the fighting with the ego. And he wants to finish the ego, and he wants to be won. Because from the beginning of the time, the ego won all the time. And he or she lost always. But now he found the skillful means how to finish this ego. So if he's still lost, then there is no other options. Therefore, take this chance. Therefore, he tried to run away when there is a crowd. So this is the practice. And then the next, keta tatu poma cha. Similar to the case, same case to the previous one. Fame, the reputation, and the name, position, the power are all the obstacle to the practitioner. So therefore, should abandon it, should give up the fame and reputation, etc. If you have reached the advanced level of the practice, then no longer these circumstances will disturb you. Although they are with you, they will not disturb you. Like a good meditator or professional meditator, so to speak. Then all thoughts arise in the meditation. They enjoy with the thoughts. And thoughts do not have much, not much, thoughts do not have a chance to disturb this great meditator. Instead of that, he can transform these thoughts into the meditation. And the more thoughts arise, the more the meditation, power of the meditation can be strengthened and developed. And therefore, this great master needs more thoughts to progress his meditation. But beginner, no. No, that's scary. If you say, I need more thoughts, that's dangerous. Haven't reached that level. So therefore, we keep distance from the thoughts. We do not have that capability or ability to welcome thoughts. But great meditators, yes, they are always welcome the thoughts. And more thoughts, and then his meditation becomes much greater and greater. So therefore, until we are unable to stabilize our meditation or the power of the mind, and one need to be careful with the mindfulness, the alertness, and cautiousness with all these so-called obstacle objects. Ndoba chung choshe tang jela tindu soacha. Ndoba chung less eagerness and less desire. And this means we shouldn't be so greedy. One that, one this, one that, never satisfied. Dissatisfaction. The dissatisfaction is the cause of the unwanted circumstances. So therefore, as a Dhamma practitioner, one should keep the practice of less eagerness and less desire. Means, of course, we cannot just abandon immediately the desire and the eagerness and this whatever dissatisfactions but the practice that helps us to bring down the power of these so-called the eagerness and the desire. Then the chokshe. The chokshe is like to be contented or satisfied with whatever you are having. Beyond that, if you try to overwhelm, then sometimes may not be achieved your desire. Instead of that, bring more trouble. When you are unable to hit your target, then you feel depressed. Yeah? So therefore, keep always low profile, means less desire, less eagerness, and feel contained or feel satisfied with what you are having now. And then you just think of, okay, tomorrow I'll be fine. I can manage to do something. I must not be too greedy. This caused me problem. I want happy. I want to be happiness. I want happiness. I want to be happy. So happiness is the essence of the life, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. So if you look for happiness, you need to be really contained and less eager, less desire, then you will be happy. Then show one's the gratefulness or repay others' kindness. When we say all sentient beings are so kind to us, because all sentient beings, and we are able to develop our practice, and we are able to do a Dhamma practice. So now, as you realize, I have obtained my precious human life, and each and every practice that I engage is for the sake of sentient beings. So remembering their kindness, now this is the time for me to repair their kindness, not for myself, but for others. So therefore, and if you consider this practice carefully, then I'm quite sure there is no doubt to be cultivated the bodhicitta compassion to all sentient beings, and you will feel it's fair to cultivate bodhicitta compassion because they're being so kind to me, and now this is time for me to repay their kindness. So remembering their kindness is very important in Bodhisattva Avatara. The most of the chapters in this teaching, he keeps repeating the kindness of others. Then when you think of them, there is no way to escape or run from them without repaying their kindness. Okay, so I will leave here.